Hey guys, welcome back to some Raid Shadow Legends. Today we started a new account to use these promo codes, and I feel like the other account, we've been in it a couple days, we're starting to understand exactly the ins and outs of the game itself, and I wanted to make sure that you have both of these promo codes. Now, if you are new, promo code right here we're going to use is Supreme 6. This is going to give us the ability to get a Void Hero, which I want to check out. And I do not have this on my free-to-play account, so I want to start here. I don't want to get very far into the game and then have to go back and use these codes. Now, in addition, players were saying that you could also use Monkey King if you wanted to get the copy of Wukong, but I'm going to use Supreme 6. Let's go ahead and use this. And there is the hero. You can see promo codes in this game do have a 24-hour cooldown, but I want to break down this hero and see what he is all about, because of course this is a hero that I did not get, unfortunately, within the code itself, and there is actually a few through the referral program, and a big shout out to Vulcan at Raid Shadow Legends. I'm using these codes, making sure that we are getting both of these heroes. Now, on the account that we're no longer playing, the older account, we did not have this legendary hero, and we did not have this hero either. So I want to go ahead, I want to collect these two up, and really starting off in, honestly, when it comes to the ability to get legendary heroes, I know they are super rare within this game. Mythic, of course, even rarer. A lot of the rare heroes, but I feel like starting off with these two heroes as legendary, absolutely want to do this. Now, this has to be on a new account. I repeat, it has to be on a new account. If you're using either of these, you're either going to get the Supreme Galek or you're going to get Monkey King. Overall, I want to get this hero because I feel like the Monkey King, utility-wise, is pretty good, but I love how the Supreme Galek looks. And we also did get the regular hero. So let's go ahead and collect up all of our rewards out of here and look. And I want to break down these heroes because, again, when you think of Raid Day 1, we're going to get to the point of unlocking like our gem mine, free rewards are available, a lot of different things in here to really start off. Now that we know what we're doing, and now that we know to focus on the missions in the entirety, we're going to go through here and make and build out these missions as soon as possible. But I want to break down these champions because these are two, unfortunately, on the other account that we will never have, because when you start Raid Shadow Legends, you only have, from my understanding, 24 hours from account creation to actually get these heroes. So this is a legendary attack. Now, when I think of the bosses, when I think of campaign progression, this is going to be a hero that is an absolute monster getting through here. And of course, being kind of unfamiliar with the game, want to run through the skills and abilities that we have of both of these heroes, make sure it is well worth it. Now, looking at this one, attacks one enemy 2 times, extra 10% chance of inflicting a critical hit. So building him up also does have a burn. Now, I feel like the damage plus the debuff in here would make a really big difference when it comes to the bosses. Bloodshed Tempest attacks 4 times at random, increasing attack buff on this champion for 3 turns. So he is buffing himself, which I like. If they have HP burn, it's going to have a bigger effect. And then attacks all enemies, 10% chance again for that critical hit, and then placing that HP burn, and the block buffs up, debuff for 2 turns, decreases speed. Huge. Looking at the ability as a hero that is not only an attack hero, but as a debuffer, going to be huge. And then, of course, getting to 3 stars right here. Whenever this champion receives a pretty much crowd control, instantly removes it, then fully heals this champion and grants an extra turn. That is super broken. This, of course, gives attack and allies in attack 33% more damage. And then we have the blessings down here, which again, we'll get into at another time. So again, starting a brand new account here. And again, the other one, we were about 5 days in. I think we were right at 5 days in. So want to hop in here, want to get Alice, want to get all of these heroes, including this one as well. So Illyrio, overall legendary attack. So we are getting 2 legendary heroes off of the bat with the codes that we're using. So pretty impressive to start this out. Running through the skills and abilities for this hero, again, the HP burn. I like that. So we can actually go through with both of these heroes and running them together, have the ability to get that HP burn up. And then we do have poison. Now, poison, of course, coincides with the other hero we're going to look at in just a minute with poison, and then damage dealt from all poison debuffs on all enemies instantly. So again, thinking of the poison, it's going to be pretty crazy. We also have the crit rate in faction crypts. Now, this is an aura that I have not seen that is very specific to the faction crypts. And then we have, of course, the rare hero. Now, when you're starting out with this game, this is the hero you are going to take to 60 in the very beginning. This is one that you are really going to drive and build. The reason being, you do get a lot of rewards in this hero and building it up. Has a lot of cool abilities. Disintegrate, but Acid Rain is the big one that really burns down enemies very fast, does damage over time. So looking at these three heroes together, this is going to be a really big thing. Now, looking at the quest, we're going to go through, we're going to do the dailies, we're going to do all of the achievements and everything, and then we're getting into the challenges. This, of course, going through here, doing some summons, and you have to follow these. I cannot stress it enough. Again, going through raid, looking at and unlocking everything in here is really going through progression wise. It is the missions. This is the point where it clears stage 7. As you can see right here on normal, you want to start and you want to follow this as closely as possible. On the other account, I went through, I made a lot of progression, leveled up a ton of gear that I feel we really didn't need to level up. And unfortunately, the account did suffer. Now, trying to get Arbiter, trying to get a couple other heroes out of here, focusing again on this in the entirety and building this out a lot earlier is really going to make a big difference when it comes to progression. And also looking at the things that you can log in and get for free. Now, High Katoon is a strong hero from my understanding. Haven't got to that 30-day mark, but this is the account that we are going to focus on. I'm going to put my referral link right down below so you guys can check it out so we can get referred. And it also makes a big difference on how much you play. You can see once you hit level 50, we do get the bonuses in here. And then even down here, once we unlock 3 friends, it unlocks more after we hit level 50. Definitely want to max those out in the entirety. Well, looking at the Plarium points, looking at everything else that we get out of this game, you get a ton of free stuff, including the Call of the Arbiter. If you share it, it gives you a lot of resources, a lot of things in there to go ahead and build. So again, looking in here, want to make sure that you're getting the dailies, rolling up to the weeklies, rolling up to the monthlies, and also picking up those heroes. Now, from the very beginning, there is a dungeon diver. You can see we have a couple days left in here, but we want to go through and make sure that we're looting artifacts in here. When it comes to these events specifically, you want to ensure in its entirety that you are doing this and that you are making sure, I know it ends in 13 hours, that you are trying to maximize these events in their entirety. Fusion warm-up event, you can see ends in 2 days. This again is another one every time that you are going through here, upgrading your artifacts and your accessories. Now, I don't want to overcommit to the events that are going on, trying to essentially chase the rabbit, trying to get everything in this event, because we know as a new account, it's going to be kind of hard, but going through regular progression, going through really dedicated progression on this account is going to make a big difference when we're starting to do progression, and especially early. Early, again, we're not going in, we're not doing any purchases, nothing like that. I'm going to try the best to my ability to stay completely and absolutely free, so free to play, so we know exactly how much and how much time and effort. And honestly, when it comes to accounts, when it comes to games like this, it is really if you're putting money into the game itself, you're curbing the time. It is either going to be time or it's going to be money or it's going to be a combination of the both. But overall, right now, we want to stay completely free to play, seeing and testing out this game in the entirety, which means there's going to be a little less when it comes to summons. We're not going to see as many on a regular basis because, of course, we are just getting things that we are earning. But I feel like progression-wise, we can make a lot of progression in this game very strong and very fast, just looking and following some of the guides that we've been putting out and making sure that we do have the ability to go through here, getting all of our resources and being super smart about it. When it comes to pay to win, when it comes to free to play, it is about the resource utilization and making sure that you are making the most of every single resource that you have. Even looking at going in the shop, getting all of your free resources in here, getting everything in its entirety on a regular basis. 6th anniversary is up. So if you want to join, guys, we do have a link down below, so you can definitely hit that up. Get some free resources yourself, but that is going to do it for today's video. Starting out with the new account, and I'm going to actually go in here. We want to change the name. A couple other things in here. Even the picture. Thinking of the different pictures in here, I love how he looks. And there's a couple now past avatars you can see, ultra avatars. We're going to have to pick exactly who we want to be. And you know what? Let's go with this big, scary looking guy right here. And then, of course, there we go. Change the avatar. We'll also change the name. Battle by Rarity champion card. There we go. Now, you know what? That looks awesome. Looks like the high elf right there. But let's change the name. So we're going to do FHG. This is going to be Raids. And there we go. So confirm. This also is going to give us achievements. It's going to give us resources, some more XP so we can actually level up a lot faster. But this is it, going to be it, guys. This is it. Once we get in tune with this game, it is going to be the grind that it is. I love it so far. Again, we're a week in. I'm loving the grind. I'm loving the progression we're making out of here. Making sure that you use those codes. Make sure you get the referral links. Make sure you're getting all of the heroes to start this game off right. So that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.